bought some of Docraft's Paper Mania, and this is the capsule collection, or French lavender, and I'm reading this off the die cut notelets, which is something that you got with it, the setup, and they're very delicate. You can hardly see the colouring and things in it, but I added a few bits of blue, my own blues and things like that, and I've got a few dies from Spellbinders, and it's mostly Spellbinders stuff, and I got some moulding things, Spellbinders moulding little things that you stick on, and you do the I'm bubbling again. I can't even remember what the bloody hell they call them. It's Spellbinders. The name's just gone out of my head. It's not absolutely. Embossing. Yeah, they're embossed. It's embossing sheets. That's what it is. And I'm in a blue vein today. I'm blue and pink, and my soaps are terrible. I do terrible soaps. I'm not particularly bothered about showing my soaps. They're not all that good, but and I don't do very many anyway. I only do a dozen at a time or so. I think I did 14 this time. And I'm not very technical about making soaps. And I put musk in one of them. I can't even remember what it was, which one it was. But anyway, I'm on about the card, and I made it. I thought, oh, I'll make the wife one for Christmas. And anyway, I made it up, and I don't know what you think about it. It's reasonably pretty, and it's done on. I normally do. This is an A4 piece of photographic paper. And I've got my logo on the back there. Yeah, and I haven't done much dimensions, and there's a couple of bits I got, a couple of flowers I got from Ted there. Ted always sends me little bits and pieces. I use a Merry Christmas cutting die. And the other bits and pieces are from, I've got an organza ribbon down the side there which Ted sent me. I've got the organza ribbon on that before I put the other things on, which they're not from Paper Mania. And the other bit I did with one of my dies, so I've cut the back out and then to shape with the die, and then I've cut the inner bit with the other die, and I put a little sentiment on which I got from the web, Happy Christmas, and I put my little logo inside. So I don't know what you think about that. I felt quite pleased when I'd done it. I don't know. It looked better than what I thought. Now I'm looking at it again. It don't look much. Oh, and I put one of my embellishments on the side there. I only put one on. I couldn't get two on because I'd already done that side bit. But there's so many things you can do on a card. But I did this rather quickly. I didn't do a lot of thought on this. Yeah, and the centre bit is a circle that I cut from something. One of my dies. I think it was I forget which die it was. Tonic die. Yeah, one of the larger tonic dies that I've got. And it was just a straight one. I've got one with the scallops and one with the straights, and that was the largest one I had, and I didn't know what to do with it. I cut it out because it was thingy, and then I kept the bit I've had the bit for ages, and I thought, oh, it'll go nicely in that. And it doesn't look too bad actually. And I did it with it's sort of a semi-shiny paper that you use. I can't remember the name of it now. I'll have to write things down before I start bubbling. I think, but I think it's I can't remember the name of it. I will tell you. It's called a pearlescent metal card, that's what it is. Pearlescent metallic card. And it's got the several sheets, several colours, and that was the, I think that was like a bluey grey. They're a peculiar colour. This is gold, but it's not gold, it's like a browny colour. And I didn't know what to do with them, but now I use them for making boxes nominally. And I think I cut the hole in the top of a box, and then I kept the top bit for that. So it's pearlescent metal card, that's what it is. I am sorry. Anyway, that's what I've been doing today, so I'm going to make another one of those, maybe, I don't know. I've been looking for my gun. I've been upside down. I've been moving from one room to another, and I can't find my gun now for packing these up. I've got some paper, packing paper for these, which you can see through, and the heat gun goes on and it does its little work, and I can't find the heat gun. I can't find anything. Don't get old, it's terrible. Anyway, that's what I've done, so I'll probably send this off to Ted and drive him crazy. And I did one for me granddaughter, which is downstairs. And I've got to make an envelope for this, so I'll probably make it in blue and light blue, and I'll put something inside. I'll probably use the paper that I've got left over to put on the inside, because I only use that little piece. I use a little piece of that paper on the outside. You can just see it there. That's my own paper, and I've what they call it, I've distressed it, put distressing inks on it. So I haven't used much of the what they call them. I use the little gem there. They're coppers. Them you get, I think you get about 20 or 30 for about £3–4. So that's all there is to it. It's nothing really special. It just looked pleasing. It was pleasing to look at, and I do like this photographic paper to do anything on, especially embossing. If you're going to emboss, I haven't coloured. Sometimes I put colours on these embossings, but I haven't put any colours on. There's a special way of doing that, which I learnt from Christina Griffiths. Say that one, not teeth. Anyway, I stop there, and I'll continue looking for my little heat gun, so as I can get these under wraps. Then I've got to make some boxes to put them in, and they go quite well actually. My soaps, they're the things I hate doing, and people seem to like them the most. What I like the least, they like the most. And I flog myself to death on my cards, and nobody's interested. It's always the way, isn't it? Anyway, I shall stop there, and yeah. Well, the wife said it's my granddaughter's birthday on the 13th of December. I mean, I can't forget because mine's on the 14th. And she said, well, we'll go and buy a card. I said, yeah, if you want to. I said, but I can make one just as good. And, well, just as well as, not as good. But anyway, I came up with this. And I don't know what sort of response I'm going to get. I might have to throw it in the bin or something. But the bits and pieces I got from my friend, from Ted. He sent me some. He sends me some. I'll just see if I can find them for you. I was going to be ready this time. I never am. Yeah, they're called 3D embellishments, and these are there. These are different ones. That was the fairy one there, and this is the I don't know what they call this one. Doesn't say. It's just home and garden anyway, or whatever. But they're nice flowers, and they're very, very pretty. And I thought that they're very good. But that one had a fairy on it, which I mean, I think she's only 14, so I think they're still girly girls at 14, and they like things like this. I'm not quite sure. My daughter would probably say it's a bit retro. It's not modern enough, and I don't know what to do for modern cards. I'm I'm well past my 70s now, and so I'm just doing my best, and I'm pleased with this because Ted sent me this. It saved me a load of work, and what I did, I cut the inside from yeah, I do embossing. I did a few embossings, which are these, and then what I do with them, I mess about with them, and what I did with that, I cut the inside out with a square die. I've got a square cutter die, and I've got some finger paints you put it on. I just put it on with finger paint, and it's a little bit messy, but it looks okay for that. It looks I don't know what they call it, rag chic rag or something, rag chic or something they call it. I don't know, it's beyond me. There's so many blinking things, but I was really glad that Ted sent me these little bits and flowers and the fairy and things like that. It saved me a lot of work, and I didn't know what to do with the back. I was going to put red in and blue in, and but red's a bit more fiery and a bit more happy and things like that. Anyway, that's what I've done in any case. And I saw a little practice that Sue Williams did. I think her name's Sue Williams, and she does these little pinpricks on the side, and I put the pinpricks in, which I quite like. And then I thought, well, it looked a bit plain white, so I put a bit of distressing ink on the side, which I've got. I don't usually tell people what I do because I don't get much response from my cards, but I'm so chuffed when I do them because they take me so long to think about. There's a lot of thinking in a card. There's more thinking than you think there is. And if you watch somebody else, you can copy them, but I hate copying. I hate direct copying. I'd rather do something to my own and make a mess than do something to somebody else's and do it perfectly. But I quite like this. It's probably a bit too retro. It's probably a bit too childish, or I've got no idea, but whatever. And I've got to do something inside. I've got to put the sentiments inside yet, but I'll put that on the end of the video when I've done it. I might put this on YouTube if I'm pleased with it, really pleased with it. I probably will do. And it doesn't need anything to stand up because it's on 220 photographic paper. I use photographic paper, but I'm quite pleased with it. It's pleasant enough, and I've got the white base, and I've got red which I've stuck on, just red 80 GSM paper, and then I put the 220 photographic paper on and pinpricked it, which you can see there. And then I've raised the next section, which is this one, and I cut the centre out and stuck a piece of red card behind it. And then I finger painted the outsides, and I distressed the outsides on the other. So that's basically all I've done. But to my eye, it looks quite pretty for a little girl. I mean, for a girl of 14. I mean, nobody ever sent me a card like that when I was 14. But it's a little bit three-dimensional, not too much. I don't know what else to put on it. I've got to put happy birthday on, of course, and things like that. I might emboss that. I've got no idea, so you'll probably have to wait and see. Well, you will have to wait and see for the next part of the video to see what I've done. But that's as far as I've got anyway, and I'm quite pleased. Well, yes, I am pleased with it. I am, yes. Because I had a lot of swearing going on and cursing while I did it. Although it doesn't look anything, it took me couple of hours to do. I mean, there's a few hours working there, thinking and putting, and even though there's nothing, it doesn't look anything. When you get a bit older, I can't be bothered with most of the things. I could have done weird and wonderful things. I could have embossed the back and done that, would have made it look better, and I could have done the edges, and I could have put special stuff you could put around the outsides to make it shine, but it would have been too fussy. I think it's fussy enough as it is. Anyway, I'll stop there, and I don't know what you think, so I'll just take you around it slowly. Yeah. So, it's quite pleasant, and I hope she likes it anyway.